Hello, it's Rhonda. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. Obviously, I'm out and about today. Not really what I should be doing, but it's what I had to do today. And I just kind of wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you all. Just one of those get to know you kind of things. Let's title this one, Why I Started Diamond Painting. So in March of 2018, I was severely depressed. Probably the lowest that I had ever been, and I've suffered from depression many, many times. For various reasons, from the passing of my son when he was 11, to just life happenings. And of course, mental health care is not what it should be. It's just if you have something wrong with you in any other part of your body, you go to the doctor, everything's fine. People accept that. But when you have something wrong in your brain and you go to the doctor, people aren't so accepting. Again, face itches every single time. Okay. I know, I veered off course. So, a group of my friends online had been discussing this wonderful new hobby that they had found. And there was lots and lots of discussion about it throughout this previous several months. And then a friend from that group messaged me and said, you really ought to try this. Because I had acquired one in December. And of course, it intimidated the heck out of me. So I just kind of left it sitting in its box. And she messaged me and she said, you really ought to try it because it helps my anxiety. So, fibromyalgia, depression, anxiety, insomnia, hypothyroidism, all of these things, plague me. And so I cracked open the box. I messaged her and probably got on her last nerve asking all kinds of questions. But I started. The painting that I did was very small. Too small for the detail that it needed. But the process got me out of my head. Made the chatter stop. That negative self-talk that sometimes some of us, maybe all of us, I don't know, have a tendency to do. And it hushed. In that process, before I started diamond painting, I didn't want to live anymore. And while my belief system prevented me from actually, committing suicide. Because I kept saying, I didn't have a plan, so therefore I'm not suicidal. But yet, I prayed every day to die. I hoped every day I would die. And in addition to that, I stopped taking my medications. I stopped basic self-care. Like, I would eat, but I was eating crap. Chips, ice cream. And I don't mean just like a handful. I was eating the entire thing. Sometimes I would have ice cream for dinner more than once a week, more than twice a week, more than 3 times a week. Wasn't sleeping well, and then I went to the other extreme where it's all I wanted to do. Bathing was not at the top of my list. Combing my hair wasn't at the top of my list. Brushing my teeth wasn't at the top of my list. Just basic self-care. So I think that I can go back now, because hindsight is 20/20, and I can say that my plan was just stop taking care of myself, and then it'll happen. So when you have hypothyroidism, the thyroid medication regulates your thyroid. If you don't take it and you just let your thyroid go off wandering the mountains or the desert or whatever, then you're damaging your heart. You are you have a chance to go into a coma. There's all kinds of bad things that can happen if your thyroid is not regulated. So I knew this. You could go to sleep and just not wake up. And so on some level, consciously, subconsciously, I don't know, I just said, done. And it was months that I didn't take my thyroid medication. Months that I didn't take my medicine for my fibromyalgia. Months. I can't remember, how long it was with the other things, but it was quite some time. So I started diamond painting. All that to say, I started diamond painting. And outside of my grandbaby, not very many things made me happy during that time. I was thrilled to death to have her. But everything else was just kind of, meh. But it wasn't enough to pull me out of the hole. Because as soon as I wasn't in her presence, the depression went right back to where it was. The smiles left. It was bad. Diamond painting gave me something else to look forward to. Diamond painting propelled me to go to the doctor and get help. Diamond painting, I know this is going to sound crazy, saved me. So therefore, I will love it forever. Now, March, a year later, a job that I had for almost 10 years, decided that my services were no longer required, so they downsized and my position was cut. Lots of other positions were cut too, but my position was cut, and those similar feelings came back. Not necessarily I wanted to die, but just defeated, maybe. is a better word. I was defeated. Let's go with that. It's not the right term. It doesn't encompass everything that I felt, but we'll go with that. And since I was 11, 12 or so, I had wanted to cross stitch. I had wanted to cross stitch so much because it's beautiful. And it's beautiful in a different way than diamond painting is beautiful. Diamond painting is sparkly and shiny and, extra. Because I'm extra. I love all things sparkly and shiny. And it's a love. Cross stitch is beautiful and elegant and something that, as I said, I've always wanted to do. My grandmother cross-stitched a little on my mama's side, and she said, no, you don't want to cross-stitch. That was the hardest craft for me to learn. Now, my grandmother had an 8th grade education. She left school when she was in the 8th grade and started working. She taught herself all of the crafting that she did. All of it, including crochet. And she couldn't read, but maybe at a 5th grade level. She couldn't read a crochet pattern. She'd just look at it, study it, and then figure out how to do it. And she was marvelous at it. Marvelous at it. But she said, no, you don't want to cross stitch. So I took it at face value. My grandmother said no, so therefore I don't. Then the job thing happened. And I knew I had to find something else to give me something to look forward to outside of diamond painting, so that I would no longer feel the way that I was feeling, because I didn't want to go on a downward slope back to where I was. That's not something that I wanted. So I started cross-stitching. Well, I was too scared to just, go to count and cross-stitch. I knew I was going to mess it up. I was positive of it because, that negative self-talk. Going back here. So I have a friend who does stamped stitching, embroidery, and she is wonderful at it. She does beautiful work. So I messaged her and asked her if she would help me, teach me. So it was enough to get me over that fear of starting. And I loved it so much that I've progressed on. And now I love cross stitch almost as much as I love diamond painting. And it's close. I mean, it's like within hairs. And it's getting to the point where they're going to be tied, and they're vying for my attention at this point. But I can say that finding something that gives you purpose, that's yours and yours alone, is a great mental health care, self-care, great mental self-care. So, as much as some people do not like diamond painting, I will never stop, because I honestly believe that every day it saves me. It has given me back. And cross stitch is bringing me even closer to having me back. I know that this is not my typical video, not my typical thing, but I wanted to share a part of me to help you understand who I am and why I am the way that I am. So, Keep sparkling. Keep sparkling. Keep shining. Do what you love. Share it with me because I would love to see it. Have a great day, a wonderful week. And if you are not subscribed, click that little subscribe button. Ring the bell so that you know every single time I post a video, and know without a doubt whether you're subscribed or whether you're not. I'm out here rooting for you, hoping that you find your way if you're struggling. Have a fantastic day, really. We'll see you all soon. Bye.